Hey, I'm Greg. We're walking through just a judge orientation today. So if you're a hacker, a mentor, obviously a judge, you might find this interesting because this is how we're running judging as of 2025 fall OHAC. This is our 10th year in Arizona, and we've obviously changed a bunch along the way. So I'll walk you through the steps that you need to know for how we do judging. You've probably seen a page that looks like this. This is our judging page. So if you go to get involved and you go to become a judge, I'm using our test website to show you this because everything I'm doing is going to use test data and not real team data. But essentially, you go to get involved and then you go to become a judge and you get to this page. I'll scroll down and it talks you through why you want to become a judge. Hopefully, you're here because you want to look at interesting projects that benefit society and you want to try to help us score them according to a judging rubric, which I'll talk about. We tend to have two stages of judging, stage one, stage two. Stage one is we have a bunch of people, a bunch of teams, let's say 20, all submit projects. So they submit a GitHub project and a dev post project. We have 20 teams we need to judge in the first stage. They all have a 4-minute video. We look through that 4-minute video and we score those videos according to the judging criteria. Then we pick the winners to promote to the second stage, which is live demos. So with an in-person hackathon like we're having here in the fall, the top 5 or so teams will join on stage. They will show their 4-minute video. We'll do another round of questions from judges, and that's how we determine the first, second place teams. And with that, let's walk into judging criteria. So here is a page that lets you practice scoring if you want. We go through 4 main criteria here: scope, documentation, polish, and security. So scope is all about how large of a problem are you solving? Are you solving a problem, kind of a small solution for a single nonprofit? Or are you solving a larger scope of a solution for maybe the same nonprofit? Or maybe even bigger is you're solving the same problem for multiple nonprofits. And an even bigger than that would be like you're solving this for all nonprofits, local businesses, who knows? So the way that we look at scope here is the impact on the community, how many people and nonprofits are impacted, and we look at complexity. Based on what's already out there today, you might have to do a little Googling, or as a judge, you might already know what's out there today. How complex is this solution? So that's what we look for scope. On to documentation. This is all about, can people use the product as it stands today in the hackathon? Does it have enough documentation? Is it easy to use? Is the design straightforward? That's what we're looking for documentation. Polish. This one's all about how clean it is, how finalized it is. So the first judging criteria is the work remaining. Is this enough to give me a minimum viable product? Some people say minimum lovable product. And then can I use it today? Is it in the cloud or is it on someone's laptop? Like if I were to go live today, could I use this solution? Finally, we have security. Security is about protecting the data because a lot of these nonprofits have data they need to safeguard. We don't want that to be publicly available to people. So what safeguards have been put in place? And then if it's applicable, did they use role-based security? I might have a therapist versus I might have a system administrator. The therapist probably shouldn't have access to do everything in the entire system. The system administrator probably should have access to everything. So do they use roles? If you go through this, and you can kind of click over and try to understand more, if you go through this example, we'll automatically update the practice score down here at the bottom. What we try to tell judges is that it's really hard to calibrate a bunch of people judging a project. So it's really about you. It's really about you as a judge and being consistent. So if you as a judge see that there's some data protection, but maybe they missed something. Maybe they didn't have API level security, let's say. Again, this is based on your perception. So if it meets your expectations for that, then you're going to select meets expectations. If this is like, wow, they went above and beyond based on your perception and they did amazing work. Everything is secured. They like red team scanned it. They fuzzed it. They tried to do all of this other security stuff. And that would be definitely what is this? Significantly exceeding your expectations. So that's how we talk about scoring. Next, we'll go into how this will physically work during the day of the hackathon.